nose is disconnected where other bears have a connection. Big fella to be dashing and grabbing like that.
Yeah, so this is an indication that this bear has not had nearly as much salmon this evening.
Isn't that the truth? He's energetic, he's hungry, he's going after him with a vengeance.
I've also seen this bear fishing the lip of the waterfall, so I'm wondering if he'll migrate up there. Now the injury to that bear's nose looks fairly distinctive. And I want to post in our text chat tomorrow morning on explore.org about this animal. But I suspect that this bear was here in the past, and the nose injury has since healed, but there's a gap of many years in between. You can see the salmon just boiling in the water down there.
Yeah, that's really, really something. I have to pull it up here. Just watch the salmon running around him as he goes. He'll displace a lot. Wow, that light is so pretty tonight. He kind of gave up on that for a moment. He says, hey, I'll come take this when it's readily available.
Right. You need to work. Why work so hard when there's free food available?
That's right.
But right back at it. That wasn't enough to sate him. That's a mature adult male. Again, his identification is yet to be determined. He could be a bear that we've seen here in the past. He may not be. I have my suspicions that he has been seen here, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
And of course, while we took a look at him, you could see that there were several other bears downstream, so there's several others who are around.
And every year we have new mature bears that show up at Brooks River, so it's not uncommon for us to see bears that we don't recognize. This is only a very small subset of the population here in Katmai. We don't know what percentage of the population, you know, the bears here at Brooks River represent, but the last population estimate from about 10 years ago estimated around 2,200 bears here in the park. So we're just seeing a very small subset of animals.
Okay. Just giving people a view of 775 again, and just the number of fish that are jumping around him is truly impressive. Yeah, trying to do a little bit of math on that, would we think maybe 4%, maybe 5 at the most percent of the bears in the park are right here. So there's a lot more to Katmai than we can even get to. We have an incredible valley. The park was set aside in 1918, 100 years ago, by Woodrow Wilson, set aside as a national monument because of the Valley of 10,000 Smokes and the Nova Rupta volcano. This area that we're seeing now was brought into the park some years later by Herbert Hoover, I believe. And so it wasn't just about bears. It was really about the volcanoes and the geology that actually helped this park get established.
Right now, Katmai is more well known for its brown bears than anything else. And I think, you know, that one of the themes with the broadcast tonight is just the fact of that we're seeing bears, at least for a short period of time, getting their hunger sated. So these are extremely hungry animals. They live in a feast or famine world, but we're seeing that the feast is on right now. We're seeing the salmon flood into the watershed, so their life cycle.
The time of abundance right now, it has begun.
Well, thanks for joining us on this broadcast this evening. Again, my name is Mike Fitz. I'm a fellow with explore.org.
My name is Russ Taylor, and I am an interpretive media ranger here at Katmai National Park.
And please join us again for many other live broadcasts from Brooks River. And have a good evening.